Hello friends, welcome again in LearningStrome Academy. So friends, today the topic on which we are going to discuss is identifiers. So friends, before discussing this topic, actually now some of my friends and who belong from different regions and viewers are requesting me to make this give lecture in English because they are not comfortable in Hindi. So friends, from today we are going to give our lectures in English. So friends, the topic that we are going to discuss is identifiers. Okay friends, what are identifiers? Friends, identifiers are the name that are used to identify the different identity of the program. Actually, we are using this concept also in our real life, friends. If you want to identify any person, so how you identify? By his name, absolutely. If you want to call any person, how you identify this person? By its name. So we are using this real life concept in our programming language. If I want to identify any method, I will identify any class, variable, and constant. How will I identify? Absolutely, friends. We can identify it by its name. So actually, friend, the name is an identifier. Okay, so take a look to this program. Okay, and okay friend, tell me how many identifier in this program. Okay, just pause this video and comment in the comment box and tell me how many identifier in the program, and then check with me. Okay, see, so let's see. So the very first identifier we have is the main, that is representing the class, that is representing the class. So here the main keyword is identified our class. Okay friend, the second keyword we have again main, but there is a difference in between this main and this main. They vary to each other. In case here the all letter in small, here the first letter is capital, it means that Java is a case sensitive language, as I said you, and it also means that Java identifier can be in case sensitive. Okay, so remember this point, friend. Java identifiers can be a case sensitive. Okay, so this is my second identifier. The third identifier we have, friend, is string. Again friend, string is a class name. So here this class is used to hold the strings. So friend, this is again another identifier. So till that we have three identifier. The fourth friend we have is args. Friend, args is again we have another identifier that are used to hold the array of strings. Friends, so till that we have four identifier. And another identifier we have sum. Friend, which is kind of integral data type. Here it is going to represent values like sum of marks, sum of some values, some of money. So here it is going to represent such value. So here the sum is a fifth identifier we have in this program. So sixth identifier we have in this program is rs. Friend, the r is economy for rupee that we use usually. So here this identifier will represent some amount, some money. Okay friend, so till that we have six identifier. So if you comment six, so you are right. Okay, so this is all about identifiers. So friend, identifier actually how why we use identifier to represent some method, class, variable, and constant. Okay friend, so this is all about identifier. But here are some rules that we should follow always while declaring an identifier. The very first rule is that, friend, we can create an identifier by using alphabet, either it been small letter, either it been cap, cap, large letters. Okay, so we can also use numbers from 0 to 9 as an identifier. Okay, we can also use underscore, and we can also use dollar sign. But friend, remember that if we are going to use any other character expect this symbol, then we are going to get a compile time error. Friend, remember this point. This is a very important point, that if we are going to use any another character rather than this character, then we are going to get a compile time error. Okay friends, the second rule that is also very important, that we cannot start any identifier with the numbers. If we are going to start any identifier with number, it is also going to give me an error, friends, compile time error. See the example, we have two identifier, one is back to, another is two back. If back to is a valid kind, because we can create an identifier that start with any that start with alphabets, but we cannot start with an identifier that will start with a and a number. So friends, remember this point. So third rule we have is Java identifier are case sensitive, like as we also discussed in the previous program. Here the main and main, hana, they both are the words, both are the same word, but both varies in their cases. It's but so it's from this point it is clear that Java identifier are case sensitive, can be case sensitive, because Java will treat them both as a different. Okay, so the this is the third rule, always remember this. So the fourth rule that is very important, friend, that you should remember. Actually this rule vary from the other language. In C or C++, what actually happens, there is a limit in the length of the identifier, but in C Java there is no limit, friends, no limit in the length of identifier. We can take identifier of any length, there is no restriction. So, as you can see, I am declaring an integer variable sum of series 1 2 3 4 5 5 6 6 7 8 8 9 9 0. Okay, but friend, do you feel that it is a good approach? Absolutely no, because in I am not because the identifier is not able to convey the purpose why it is using. Okay, and it is also difficult to write it. It also complex, difficult to handle this kind with such a large identifier. So friend, that's why it is not recommendable. Okay, always try to make identifier in such length which is small and which is going to convey the purpose why we are using it. Okay friend, so it is very important. Okay, so it is, there is no limit, remember this always, there is no limit in the length of identifier in Java, but we should always take a identifier that is small and that conveys purpose why we are using it. Okay friend, the fifth rule that is very important, we can't use keyword as an identifier, because as we know all they are reserved word. As we know, keywords are reserved words. If we are here, if we are going to use this reserved word as a identifier, we are going to get an compile time error, friends. Take an example, we have a variable int and I'm going to declare take switch is also an identifier. If I'm going to declare and switch as an identifier, I'm going to get a compile time error, friends. Okay, so don't use any keyword as an identifier. The sixth rule that is also very important, friend, we can use any class name, any interface name as an identifier. Yes friend, we can take, but it is also not recommendable, friends, because it also creates problems sometimes. Okay, it's always confusable. Always try to do such thing that makes confusion in your program. Okay, see here, if I'm going to print value of system, it will work fine, but it will also generate error in this case. How? See friend, if I'm going to print this value, see friend, for printing we have method println, and we know println method is accessed by which object? Out object. Okay, and we know out is a static kind of object. If I want to access a static object, I should use my class name with that object. But here the system system identifier is replacing the functionality of this system class. As we know, when we have two variables with the same name, so the variable that is in local scope is going to change the functionality of the global. Okay, because they are okay, so here the system is an integral kind of variable. Okay, so it's mean that we are going to access an out object with an integral value, which is system, because here system is representing an integral value, not a class. So which will generate an error. The error will be int cannot be dereferenced, friends. So it is a point that you should remember always. It is acceptable. It is acceptable that we can use any class name and interface name as identifier, but it always creates sometimes problems. Okay, friends. So that's why I am suggesting you don't use this rule. Okay, let's compile a code so I can show you how it will work. Okay, friends. See here in this program. In this program, in this program I am trying to take a class take a class name as an identifier. We have a class string and I'm trying to take as an identifier, friends. Okay, let's compile this code first, friend. Okay, it is compiled successfully. Let's run it. Okay, friend. See, I'm getting a value 10, 25. It is right, absolutely right. है ना? So from here you are able to get it that we can use any class name and identifier as an uh, identifier, any class name interface as an identifier. Okay, friend. Let's take another example. System. It is also class. Okay, so friend, let's comment it first. I want to show you something. If there is no conflict in statements, so it will work fine. See here, there's no we are not using system now for printing. So if I'm going to use this and I'm going to again run my code, compile code. We see friend, it is compiled successfully. Let's run it. See friend, it worked fine. Actually, it is not printing anything because I command all the printing statement. Okay, so again, let's try to now make conflict, so I can show you what is the problem. See, now again I'm compiling my code. See friend, now we get an error, int cannot be referenced. As I explained you in the example, here the functionality system is get replaced by the integer system integral system identifier. Okay, we can't, it's simply we can't reference to an object with an integral value. That's why we are getting an error, friends. Okay, so that I was trying to explain you here. With so friends, always remember these rules. Okay, so it is all about the rules of identifiers. So the next topic we are going to discuss is reserved words. Friends, what are the reserved words? Friends, reserved words actually are the word that have some predefined meaning. Okay, in Java we have already 53 words, okay, that perform some functionality. Okay, friends, out of these 53 words now we have 50 as a keywords and 3 as a reserved literals. Okay, friend, what are reserved literals and what are keywords? How they are varied to with each other? Friends, keywords are those which have some functionalities, and reserved literals are those friends which reserved letters are those friends which represent some values. Okay, it's like true, false and null. True, false represent value of boolean type, friends. Null, friends, whenever we are declaring an object, when we are not specifying any memory to it now, friends, so it will get a default value null. So these are the reserved letters that are used as a values, and the keywords are those which have some functionality. Friends, further keywords also get we categorize keywords also in two categories. One is used keyword, another is unused keywords. Okay, friends. So unused keywords, friends, again of two type. One two. One is go to and one is const. Friend, we are not going to use go to and const because we are these are why are they become unused, friend? The reason behind is this. As we know, go to statement make our program unstructured and also make hard to understand our program because it is going to branch unconditionally in anywhere. So it is very difficult, very hard to understand a program. So that is the reason, that's why we are avoiding, and mostly programmers are avoiding this statement keyword. And why we are avoiding const, why we are not using const? Because friend, we have one more keyword, that is final, which have same functionality like const. So nowadays we are using final instead of const. So friend, is it going to give any error to us if we are going to use this keyword? Yes, it is going to give us error. If we are going to use this keyword now, friend, we are going to get an error in a program. Let me show you in this program. Okay, let declare this variable as a const. Okay, let's declare this variable as a const, make it as a string. Okay, let's save it. Okay, let's compile it. Friend, now you can see that I'm getting an error illegal start of expression. It's mean that we cannot use this unused keyword. Okay, friends. Okay, friend, one more convention that always always all reserved word will be in small letter, so don't be confused that always if whenever we're going to write any reserved word it will be always in a small letters. And friend, remind it always, if we are going to use any unused keyword in our program, then it will generate a compile time error. Please and remind it, because it is whenever we are going to use unused keyword, it will give us a compile time error. Okay, friends, it is all about reserved words and lit identifier. Tomorrow, in next video, we are going to explain about data types, friends. Okay, till that, bye bye. Keep on subscribing our videos, like this video if you find it helpful for you, and please share our video more and more to your friends and others. And if you are have any feedback for us, please provide us so we can make an improvement in our contents if it is possible, if you feel like that. And keep on subscribing our video more and more, friends, and keep on liking our video more and keep on subscribing our channel more and more. Okay, friends, till that, bye bye.